This is Beyond the Surface, back with another episode in the new year, going on the new year.
Going on the new year. Yeah. We about to start new 2024.
Can you tell I'm ready?
Yeah, you're ready for he said Kobe year. I'm ready for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, 2024, man. I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. So we want to get into, what the new year entails and what that brings. It brings a lot, and depending on who you are, So we want to get in this mainly goals, man. Like, what does that look like for people in general on a general basis? And like, what are some good goals that everybody can relate to and that can be good for people on a broad scale?
Yeah, I feel like anytime during the new year, a new flip on a cycle, people always want to set goals and think about what they did on the past year and try to make themselves better. And I think like one of the goals that you always see are definitely something to do with fitness, like, I want to go to the gym every day, or something to do with like their mind. They want to travel more, they want to do something, and usually that's stemming from something in the past. For me, like, I'm stemming mine from the past. I used to be able to dunk. I'll give you that. I might give a rim grazer in now, but I want to dunk again, bro. I want to do something crazy. I feel like I can't really do that, bro. I'm like,
my man's trying to get up there on the rim again, touch the sky.
Yeah, so I'm putting it here to market for first new year 2024 Kobe year. Gonna be dunking again.
We're gonna have us a special podcast, y'all. So y'all tune in to the X Dunk special. Okay, we holding him accountable. Y'all hold him accountable.
Yeah, hold me accountable. I love to hear. What about you? You got anything?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for people to like set goals. Like, your goal, I think, should be in the new year to focus on like setting goals throughout the year. Mm-hmm. You don't got to set a bunch at one just for the whole year. You can do it throughout and have it be a process like that. I think kind of making it in bite-sized pieces can make things be easier and more attainable and achievable. But specifically, like, procrastination is a big thing, I think, that holds people back.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I mean, the bite-sized goals make sense to me too, because shout out to my fiance. She actually did her goal. Her goal was to read a book a month, and because she knew, she set this game plan, like, I gotta read this book by this month. She actually got to 18. So shouts out to you. You got it done. I didn't. I had a little reading one too.
She got to 18
books
in
a year. Yeah. And now she was actually gonna try to shoot for 20 towards the end, but kind of faltered off in the middle of this summertime. You're out there, you're living life, running around, so she didn't have time to read. But that's mostly on me.
You gotta be out down there on the head top. Come on, did you read today? Did you get your pages in? No, that's awesome though. 18, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, kudos, that's 18 books. That's crazy. But yeah, she just made that goal like bite-sized and achievable, and I feel like that helps you in the long run. Like, how I'm gonna personally do it with like being able to dunk like crazy, that's a good idea to think, like, how am I gonna make that bite size?
Exactly. Summarize that a little bit, put it in little pieces. So like, if you want to dunk, you gotta make goals. Like, I want to get to 5 days in the gym this week, or 3 to 5, or whatever it is. So and writing them down, we got the video part to hold you accountable, but, you got to get the written titles and contracts in for yourself too.
Yeah, and the mental lock-in, like the motivation to want to do that, because like, I guess you didn't really answer. What is yours?
My goal, my
personal goal.
I want to grow, financially, like mentally, but more so just as a person, just as a whole, like just grow in multiple areas, spiritually, financially, mentally, all those 3 different areas and mind, body, and soul.
So, yeah.
And specifically, that's why I said the procrastination thing, because I don't want to procrastinate
Yeah.
this year. Like if I have a goal, I'm not really. I don't have like specifics lined up yet.
Yeah.
As well as I like to, but definitely when I do figure that out, I don't want to procrastinate on any of them.
Yeah, that's the main killer of a lot of the like New Year's resolutions is like being lackadaisical with your goals. The first couple months you might be locked in, like ready to go. But when it gets to like month 3, month 4, month 5, at that point you either make it a habit or you're gonna miss out on it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's gonna be the toughest part. And I think as far as growing like financially, just being in what I do, I realize that like a good goal to set is to set, like if you know you want to set yourself better for the financial future, is to set a specific amount you want to save, because then you have that locked in your mind,
right?
And then you could like set it aside, like, oh, this is the percentage, or oh, I know $100 every paycheck or every week, I'm just gonna set it into this account that I don't even see, and then by the time you reach like the end of the year, you'll be like, oh, I'm on point, like I made it.
Yeah.
Like,
I found that I mean, that's a great point to actually set financial goals, and you got to actually have a number in your head to work towards. But yeah, so I'll take that with me too. But yeah, that's a big point that you make about when it hits the long run after like so long. I think that's when it really matters, is when you're able to push through that and you continue to stick to that goal. Because after you push through that, it'll get easier and you'll be proud. You'll be like, hey, I pushed through those tough moments, you know, and that brought me to this point.
Yeah.
Whenever you get there.
Yeah, it got you to that point to where you like, you know, it's a habit. Like it's a good habit because you continue to do what you needed to set yourself, like your own goal. You know what I mean? That's keeping track of your goals. And like sometimes even seeing it and like missing out on it, you have to realize that you still have to catch up. Like, you know what I mean? Like you might miss a couple days. Everybody's human. There's gonna be some days where you're gonna be like, nah. And it matters if you either do a makeup to catch yourself up, or if you know you're like, all right, I can't hiccup anymore. It's gonna be all on base. Like I'm coming back with a vengeance more and more. Like
yeah. So you gotta stick to that schedule and remember why you set those goals in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because if you just look at the goal and you don't remember of what brought you to that point, then you know you just got to be reminded of that. You know,
reminded of that. Yeah, and like going along with yours too, like bettering yourself. I know there's some key books I want to read to like better myself and get myself ready to like start being like a people leader, hopefully in the future. And I know one of the books I had to read, Crucial Conversations. Shouts out to that book. I recommend it for everything. Not even sponsored. None of that. But it got you to think about like difficult conversations, not only in like a workplace environment, but with your family. Like sometimes you don't know that you're dancing around a conversation with somebody, or like, you know, like personally you might be like, oh, I'm not abrasive enough, or maybe I'm too abrasive, and it's discouraging like open dialect between people. It sounds
like it expands the versatility of conversation a lot. So
it's like learning to tightrope that delicate line of a conversation, like where it's, you know, that this is going to be very impactful, but it also might hurt feelings. It might get two people on opposing views. Like
that's, you know, that speaking to that, that's one of the goals that I want to improve on, that I think everybody can improve on, bro. Networking is such a pivotal part of every career. You know what I mean?
And like, life, to be honest, like you'll be real bored by yourself if you don't start networking and talking to somebody.
Networking is just a fancy term for speaking, you know, socializing, really.
Was there anything that you have in mind to like improve that? Like, do you have
put myself in more situations where, you know, I have no choice but to do that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So like like one of the examples is I want to start like my own production company, like promoting businesses, whether it be businesses, models, things like that. People who want to build their brand. So putting myself in situations to where I am growing in that field, like talking to higher ups or owners of businesses and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
to where I actually have to if I want to.
Yeah, and that comes to a quote. I forgot who it said. Somebody said, like, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, at first, you're going to be uncomfortable because you're not going to know. Like, I'm not going to say you don't know any knowledge of this. Like, being a production company, like, you might know a million times more than me, but you're still going to be uncomfortable because it's something new and different that's like a career switch for you. Yeah. So I understand, like, it's going to take a lot of growing and being a better people person, like putting yourself in that situation. That's the uncomfortable situation. Right. And now I'm going to,
if I put myself in that meeting in front of that person that I'm trying to sell to, I'm going to have to
exactly.
I'm not just going to get there and be like, well,
like, oh, that's Leo. We all know him.
Yeah, like
eventually you'll probably get to that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I can't just be like, oh, let me show you my work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta actually have something to stand behind that. Yeah. So that's definitely one of the areas that I want to grow in. Networking, not procrastinating on networking. So it all kind of ends up blending together at the end of the day in that area.
Yeah, that's another thing I found too, is like sometimes people don't respond to you right away, even though you reach out to them, and like you want to like do the tightrope of responding as well as not being too annoying. You gotta know whenever, like, hey, I just wanted to reach out. Are you still willing to do
they're
this?
gonna be at this job like, hey, Liz, this guy again he's on the phone.
He's
Tell
back
him I
again.
take a message. Like, yeah.
That being a nag, kind of. But
no, that's a good point though, because like a lot of times for opportunities that we may want, everybody's not on the same timetable, or they have even busier schedules because they got more going on. That's why you're trying to get there in the first place.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand, be patient with your goals as well. As long as you're putting in the steps to get there, you should be able to be at ease a little bit with that. Like, always be motivated and always be, in my experience, be motivated and to a degree be a little impatient is good.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? To have that sense of urgency is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, the sense of urgency is hand in hand with motivation, I feel like. And that's what helps. Their sense of urgency, because like, oh, I should be already at this level. I should be already doing something, setting my goal. I know I should be here, so that makes me want to push a little bit more. Yeah. Add that little bit of sense of urgency.
And honestly, I feel like your goals, in a sense, they got to be a little bit... I heard somebody say something cool too, man. We got to start actually remembering. I'm gonna paraphrase.
Giving them credit.
Along the lines of like, they got to be kind of unrealistic. You know what I mean? You got to set these goals to be and kind of far fetched a little bit, because that gives you a little bit of cushion. You know what I mean?
I remember my coach back in AAU. He said, aim for the stars, you might land on the moon. And that's essentially what you're doing. You're aiming for the stars, and like, you might not get to the stars, which is like the highest level you want to be at, but if you land on the moon, you're still up there. You know what I mean? You're out of this world. You're out of this world.
And once you hit those milestones too, then the stars ain't that far away.
You're right. You're right there.
Yeah. Which is just could be another year on top of that. It's gonna take time. Yeah,
it's all about establishing the base work for like the next couple years, the next goal, I guess, because this first year goal can turn into like a 5-year, a 10-year plan. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's all about having a plan a little bit. You don't want to be like living day to day. Like, you still want to live day to day, but you don't want to be just misguided, I would say. Sometimes.
I think you want to be that balance of being in the moment but also having a plan as well. You know, every waking moment, you don't want to be thinking of your plan. You know? Yeah, like, you don't want to be like, I'm about to dunk like every second of the day.
Speak for yourself, Leo. No, speak for yourself. I'm thinking that every day I'm gonna be jumping around like a frog on a little jumping bender every day.
Oh man, it's gonna be at a romantic dinner, daydreaming, and be like, when I get this reversed, though.
It's true. Visualize and then attack. Visualize and then attack.
You're gonna be walking around the house on tippy toes with ankle weights every day. So, you know, with all these goals comes along challenges. You know, things that are going to combat whatever we are aspiring to be, right? So, in your opinion, X, what do you think are a couple of challenges just in general?
I think challenges in general are going to be like yourself. A lot of times it's going to be yourself, and sometimes like your close circle, because they might not see your goal. You might get somebody that has your back and like realizes, oh, this is the goal that they want to achieve. I'm going to help them with it. But then there might be some people that, like, not to their own faults, but like unintentionally push back on that. Like, oh yeah, I want to work out every day, but I come home and I see somebody just like laying about the couch. Not saying my significant others like that, but let's say I come home and I see somebody on the couch, I'm gonna be like, oh, I want to chill on the couch. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is comfortable. I get to sit and I'm like, yeah, I'm not moving. And that's just me fighting my own battle along with like just realizing they're so comfortable. Now I want to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they have to be comfortable with you making these decisions, and they can help you, hold you accountable, but ultimately it's going to be yourself. Like, you have to hold yourself accountable for every goal. And like,
I think definitely it's like you said, yourself, and just the bad habits in general. You got to work on breaking those bad habits and flipping them and turning. What's the opposite of that bad habit, you know, and work on that. So, like I said, if it is procrastination, you work on doing it now. Like, later is the now is the new later. You know what I mean?
Like, later is not even an option. Yeah. And that's the same thing. Like, that leads me to another book of like the 7 effective habits of a productive person or something like that. Don't quote me on it. Again, we don't got these on lock, but we got a lot of cool quotes. We don't remember who they're from or what they're from, but yeah, 7 habits of a highly effective person is what it's called. And like, that just teaches you how to like function better, you know what I mean, and like be able to address yourself as well as others and make yourself accountable. And I feel like you're right. Like, just basically not being later. If procrastination is your thing, then you got to do it now. Like, there's no excuse. If you don't do it now, then it's never going to happen. You have to think that in your mind. Like, it's never going to happen. So like, not in a negative sense. You might bring yourself down, but if you don't think that way, you're not going to change your mindset. Like,
if not now, when?
Yeah. You know? You can't be like, yeah, later's fine. You got to say, no, it's not going to happen if I say later.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to in 2024, man?
I'm just looking forward to being able to dunk again, and and also like making myself a better person. You know, every day we have a chance to make yourself better, and essentially make somebody else's day better unintentionally sometimes, and just bringing that positive energy. I feel like, luckily, hopefully other people can vouch for me that I bring that positive energy, and I hope that makes them want to better themselves or like bring that positive energy to someone else. I want to be that continuous domino effect of everybody. Peace, love, and happiness. I can vouch for you. You know I appreciate that.
Pick me up a little bit. Yeah. But I guess for me, I'm looking forward to improving, growing. And new experiences, man. Just seeing where this life takes me, the wild twists and turns of life, the unpredictable stuff. That's the thing too. Like, we set all these goals and everything, and we try to get control on life as much as we possibly can. But there's always unpredictable things that happen, things that may not necessarily just go wrong, but there's unpredictable. Life is unpredictable, and to be able to withstand that and maintain a level head is is key.
Yeah, is what kind of sets it apart as far as your goals too.
So you just got to maintain a level head, stay even keel.
Yeah, roll with the punches sometimes. Just gotta eat them and then go back just throwing your own, you know what I mean? And that comes along with every goal. Like, life is tough, life is great. It's gotta stay even keel, like you said. Do you have anything else for the people?
Man, just look forward to that episode of X Duncan next year. We don't know when it's gonna drop, but stay tuned. Y'all know what we on now. We on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. So yeah.
Get ready for some real rim gracers.
Yeah, but to everybody, good luck on a big year, your Kobe year, like you're saying. Let's do great things.
Yeah.
Keep on tuning in.
Yeah, keep on tuning in. All together, here we go. And I'm going to get the last word because I'm talking after Leo. Let's go!